Slicing Your Life. I think this is our third one now.
Yeah, third one, yeah.
Third Moonstone game. Battle Report. It's a two-headed giant, four players, 4 characters each. There's 16 models on the board. Should be quite exciting, I think.
Yeah, we did have a little pre-game and we played 2 rounds with the same troops just to see what they'd be like. So looking forward to seeing how it actually pans out playing a full game.
Yeah, and we also are playing with some new upgrade cards. They're not quite bona fide yet, but they're working towards it, and the community is helping to play test a lot of it.
It's the first time we've used them, so it'll be really interesting to see what difference they make to the game.
Yeah, so I'll be on the Faeries side, and we've got 2 big guys as well. And
yeah, I'm in a team with another friend, and we are playing with humans and with gnomes.
Yeah,
so,
should make for an interesting game.
Yeah, they look like fairly well balanced lists. Anything could happen, so yeah. Let's see what does.
Cool.
What do we think, guys?
I'm happy with that.
I'm actually happy.
For the first time.
Okay, so for one player we have Baron von Fancy Hat, Gertrude, Quack and Eric the Squire. Another player has Mama Gimbal, Quarrel, Young Jack and Graddock, and they're going to be working together to face Shock Horror, some fairies. Then we have Boulder, we have Wasp, Silvertongue, Freya, Bristlenose, Diana, Gwendolyn and the Fencer. And this is our roll for Table Edge. Okay, so here we have Lauren's Gnomes, we have Mama Gimbal, Young Jack, Quarrel and Graddock. Next up we have the Fairies with Bristlenose, we have Gwendolyn, hiding in the building we have Diana, and I've got the Fencer just over here. And then we have Michael playing with Freya, Boulder and Wasp, and just behind this tree here we have Silvertongue, and Eli is playing with Gertrude, Baron von Fancy Hat, Eric the Squire and Quack.
Rolling off for the first rounds. Graddock's going to get the game going. He is taking his jog for 2 because he's slow to here.
I'll reactionary step to that, and I will move the Wasp back an inch.
And next, Graddock's going to use snare traps on Bristlenose. This is Graddock's arcane hand. He needs greens.
This is Bristlenose resist hand.
Green 3.
Bluff.
It is not a bluff.
Okay, you want to play again?
No.
Okay.
So that's 3 piercing damage to Bristlenose.
Gertrude is going to make a jog action to here. She's going to use her pulse, so models within 4 inches suffer 1 wound for each energy they have over 3. Only the Wasp is in range. And then I'm going to shoot with the blunderbuss. Gertrude's arcane hand.
And this is the Wasp's defense hand.
Blue 1.
Okay.
The Wasp takes 1 damage.
Okay. So the Wasp is going to take a 1 inch step back and then attack Gertrude. So this is the Wasp's melee hand.
This is Gertrude's melee hand.
Rising attack.
Good God. Critical.
So no damage. So this is the Wasp's attacking hand.
This is Gertrude's defense melee hand.
So thrust.
My God.
Typical thrust.
So no damage.
So this is the Wasp's attack hand.
For the 3rd time.
This is Gertrude's melee defense hand.
Also for the 3rd time.
Rising attack.
Sweeping cuts.
Crit.
So I take 4 damage, but it's an upgrade, so I get to reload.
Okay, so Gertrude played Sweeping Cut. Unfortunately, she was out of range, so couldn't do any damage. But she did upgrade, and although she couldn't move the model, she got to reload, which is really good for her. And then it was against double rising attack. Basically ended up doing 4 points of damage, plus 2 because it was piercing, and then minus 1 because it's weakling, making 5. Okay, so Fencer is going to activate, and he is going to take a jog over to here because he has enchanted boots. He gets to, or she gets to move 5 inches instead of the regular 4. Okay, so this is Fencer's enchanted boots. As you can see, it grants a +1 jog.
Coral's going to take a bit of a jog forwards, and he is moving to here. After that bit of jogging, Coral's going to ready his crossbow and take a shot at Boulder. This is Quarrel's arcane hand.
This is Boulder's defense hand.
Green 2.
Bluff.
It is a bluff.
You got a catastrophe, buddy?
Yeah, followed up.
But unfortunately, he's right next to Graddock, so he may ignore catastrophe effects.
Ah,
so
that's a
sucks to be
shame.
you. So Cora's going to take a step forward for his last action this turn. To there.
Quack is going to walk to just behind the Baron, and he's going to attempt healing on Gertrude.
He's lying, Mike! Come on, mate.
This is Quack's offensive arcane hand.
This is the defense hand.
Blue 1.
Okay, I accept that.
Cool, so Gertrude heals up 2 health. And for the final action, Quack is going to give Foresight to Baron Von Fancy Hat within 10 inches, so I'll just...
Let's see if that's in. Just double check that for me, mate.
I think it's just out.
Just about.
And give +2 arcane stat to him. And that's the end of his turn.
Cool.
So Boulder is going to move up here next to this Moonstone and then cast Stone Song on it. This is Boulder's arcane hand to sing up the Moonstone.
This is the resist hand for Boulder's Moonstone singing.
Blue 1.
What happens if I say bluff?
You get to set the Moonstone's depth.
If you have a catastrophe.
It was a bluff.
No, it's a catastrophe.
So we're going to place it on?
Yeah, so set that Moonstone's level.
Set it to 5.
Sorry guys, just so you can see at home, that's on 4. So you're going to change it?
Nah.
So this is Boulder's hand to sing up the Moonstone.
This is the resist hand for Boulder's singing.
Blue 1.
Yeah, alright then.
So this Moonstone digs down to 3.
So Gwendolyn is going to take a jog action and is just going to go to here. Okay, so Gwendolyn's going to use Ethereal Law on Graddock. This is Gwendolyn's arcane hand.
And this is Graddock's resist hand.
Red 1.
I will accept that is a red 1.
Okay, so he is then moved 3 inches to here, because it's 1 + 2.
This is Young Jack's arcane hand for Lucky. So he can choose to put some on the top of the deck and some on the bottom. And now he's done Lucky, he's going to use Magic Brew. So this is...
Chicken in the corn, and the corn can grow.
That's definitely not what it is. This is Young Jack's arcane hand for Magic Brew. So either healing or extra energy.
And this is the resist hand.
So he's going with the red 1.
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay. So he's got 1 extra energy. Now he's done all this magic, Young Jack's going to take a bit of a jog up to here, say hello to Graddock and Quarrel, and then he's going to take an additional step just up to here.
Eric is going to take a jog action up to here. Eric is going to give 2 energy to Baron Von Fancy Hat, and then he's going to dig the Moonstone.
So I am going to activate Silver Tongue and move him there, and then cast Whispered Secrets on Freya.
Sorry for the camera, guys.
So this is Silvertongue's arcane hand.
This is the resist hand for Silvertongue's spell.
And what's the result?
Red 1
Bluff.
was a bluff.
Ooh.
So Silvertongue is casting Whispered Secrets again on Freya, and this is his arcane hand.
This is the arcane resist hand for Silvertongue's spell.
Red 1.
Bluff.
No. Takes 2 wounds.
Harsh. So Diana's going to activate and she's going to jog to here, being able to go through closed doors, being a fairy and a tricksy little magic's. And then she's going to use Feed on Fear. She's elevated, she has a +2 range. And I will target Young Jack. Okay, so this is Diana's arcane hand. She damaged herself and Freya to get an extra few cards.
This is young Jack's arcane resist hand.
Okay, so because it's Graddock, I have to, or Graddock's nearby, I have to play it as Red 1.
He's bluffing.
This is Freya's rather awesome arcane hand.
This is young Jack's resist hand for the probably not so awesome arcane hand.
Okay, so Red 3. So 3 damage.
Mama Gimble's going to head towards the other gnomes, but first she's going to harvest this Moonstone. 3. And then she's going to take a jog over to here.
Baron Von Fancy Hat is going to use a shoot pistol. He usually has an arcane of 3, but thanks to Quack, he's got an arcane of 5. He's going to target Wasp. This is Baron Von Fancy Hat's arcane hand.
This is the Wasp's defensive hand.
Green 1.
Okay.
Baron Von Fancy Hat is going to take a jog and then 2 steps. So you get here, and then he's going to do a melee action against.
Oh, that's outrageous. Right, here we go. We're trying to show you as best we can, but this is...
This is Baron Von Fancy Hat's hand. He's got 9 cards because he got +2 on his melee stat of 5 due to him initiating the combat, and another 2 because he's within 4 inches of Eric and is a noble.
Disgusting.
Falling Swing.
High guard.
I'm going to upgrade it.
I'm going to upgrade mine.
Okay. Okay, so Wasp defended with High Guard. Sort of defended because he upgraded to Dive and Attack against Falling Swing, which was upgraded to Master Strike. Sorry about the focus, guys. This is driving me mad today. Here we go. So by the end of that, 4 damage to Baron Von Fancy Hat -2 because of armor. Is that correct? Yeah. So 2 damage.
So I'm activating Freya using 2 to dig up the Moonstone, and then going to cast healing on herself. So this is Freya's arcane hand.
This is my arcane resist hand against Freya's healing.
Blue 2
Bluff.
is a blue 2. So for the follow-up, I will target Diana for blue 1.
Okay.
And Cora's going to take a reaction step to that and move to here.
And Freya is going to take a jog action to there and end her turn.
Okay, so Bristlenose is going to activate, and he's going to take a jog action to here. So he's in melee with both of those models. This is Bristlenose melee hand.
And this is Graddock's melee defense hands.
Nice. There, with our raiding party.
He ignores the first wound because he has the upgrade card
So,
inscription.
so 4, 6,
What kind
7,
of damage is
8,
it?
9. Slicing.
Okay, then it's -1.
Okay, so -2. So 7 damage. This is Bristlenose second melee hand.
And this is Graddock's defense hand.
So you suffer 2 wounds. So Graddock's dead.
He is dead.
I just thought you was going to take him off the board.
Give me back.
Oh yeah. Goodbye, Graddock. We won't miss you, buddy.
I'll be back! As his final move in turn 1, Cora's just going to take a reaction step to that melee towards that Moonstone.
Okay, so over here we have the humans. As you can see, Quack is really safe being so far away. We have young Eric here who's carrying a Moonstone, I believe. We have Baron von Fancy Hat engaging Wasp, and vicious Gertrude the Fairy Hunter, who is most despised in our house by me, is dangerously close to some of the fairies. We've got a nice little cluster of fairies going on over here. We've got Boulder, who failed to pick up a Moonstone with Stone Song. We have Diana over here. We have Gwendolyn scratching down behind this building here. And we also have Bristlenose, who just viciously murdered Graddock. And then we have the gnomes over here. Mama Gimbal has a Moonstone. And yeah, we just have Quarrel and young Jack there.
So before we roll off, we're revealing our agenda cards, Tavern Gossip, adding a +1 to the score for rolling. So at the start of turn 2, Mama Gimbal's going to risk going first, and she's going to use Mother's Love on young Jack. So she's moving 2 towards him, and he's then moved back to her. And then he heals 2 wounds.
So I'm going to reaction step with Silver Tongue to that.
And Fencer is reaction stepping also.
Mama Gimbal is then going to use Mother's Wrath to give Quarrel and young Jack an additional energy.
Gertrude is engaged, so she can jog in the engagement still, but she can't jog out, so she's going to go around the sides. End up round the back of this guy, the Wasp.
So I'm going to reaction step with Freya, 1 inch back.
Gertrude is going to use Natural Order, which is a pulse. So all models within the pulse suffer 1 wound for each energy token they have over 3.
So Freya and Wasp take 1 damage each, as they're both on 4 energy.
This is Gertrude's offensive arcane hand.
This is Silver Tongue's defense hand.
Blue 3.
Okay.
So the blue 3, so you take 3 impact damage. That is Gertrude's offensive melee hand.
This is the Wasp's melee defense hand.
Sweeping Cup, which
High
is upgraded.
Upgraded to diving attack.
By the end of that, that was 4 damage to Gertrude. She played this, so it only ended up doing 1 damage. And the Wasp is pushed an inch away after that.
Freya's going to heal Silver Tongue. So this is Freya's arcane hand.
This is the resist hand against Freya's healing.
Blue 2.
Bluff.
So with her next heal, she's going to go for the Wasp. Blue 1.
Bluff.
There.
I was just really hoping.
So Freya's taking a 2 inch jog action because she's carrying the Moonstone, and then she's going to cast heal on herself. So this is Freya's arcane hand.
This is the arcane resist hand against Freya.
Blue 1.
Okay.
Okay, so Diana is going to flutter down all the way over here. We'll target the Baron with horrifying visions. She's going to injure herself for 1 and Freya for 1 as well. Sorry, Freya. This is Diana's arcane hand.
Cool. This is Baron von Fancy Hat's resist hand.
Red 1.
Bluff.
It is a bluff. This is Diana's arcane hand.
This is Baron von Fancy Hat's resist hand.
Red 3.
Bluff.
That's 4 damage. Red 1.
Okay.
Okay, so that is 5 damage. So Diana ended up just killing the Baron outright. Yay!
Quarrel is going to activate next, and he's going to use Brothers in Arms 4 times on young Jack. and then jog to this Moonstone. Here.
Quack is using Revival Elixir, cost of 3, so that's all of his energy. He's got an arcane of 5, and he's going to try and bring back Baron von Fancy Hat. This is Quack's arcane hand.
This is the resist hand against Quack.
Blue one.
Sure.
Okay. So Quack has brought back in Baron von Fancy Hat on 1 health, and he's moving 4 inches over here.
The wasp is going to 1 inch step here and attack Baron von Fancy Hat.
I guess Gertrude.
That's Gertrude. Okay, this is Wasp's melee hand.
This is Gertrude's melee hand. Low guard.
High guard. And I'm going to upgrade it to diving attack.
Okay, so higher guard was upgraded to dive and attack, doing 0, but he gets +1, +2, because it's piercing, and -1 because it's a fairy. Also gets +2 because of raiding party. Sorry about the focus, guys. Versus critical low guard. So yeah, too bad. Goodbye. See ya. Just remove. There we go. I feel so much better now.
So this is Wasp's arcane hand.
This is Baron von Fancy Hat's resist hand.
Green 2.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the Baron survived with his -2 armour. Okay, so I'm going to be activating Gwendolyn, who's going to take a jog action up to here. And she's going to use Ethereal Allure on Eric the Squire. This is Gwendolyn's arcane hand.
This is Eric's resist hand.
Red 3.
Fluff.
Is not. I'm not going to play again. Okay, so Eric the Squire is going to end up moving 5 inches towards here.
And he's got a reactionary step for that.
Oops.
Young Jack is going to jog forward to here. And so he's in melee range with Bristlenose.
Bristlenose defense hand.
So playing the high guards against the falling swing, which does no damage, and I take no damage, but then I get a follow-up attack, which is going to be 3 sweeping cuts.
So you've got 1 health left, you've done 9 damage. So Bristlenose is going to move 1 step back, reaction step, just to there. Get out of melee range.
And then Young Jack is going to step towards him.
And Bristlenose is going to step back.
And Young Jack will step towards him again. Yes.
And this is my Amiga melee hand.
Low guard, yeah. And critical.
Cool. So you do, where's one swing? So 4 damage, it's 5 to you, -2. But I'm going to negate that with my ninja reactions, fam.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
Bristlenose is still in it.
At least he can't attack me this turn.
So Bristlenose was pushed back a couple of inches, and ends up back here. But he lived.
So Eric the Squire is going to move. He's slowed because he's got a Moonstone. And he's going to heal up Young Jack. This is Eric's arcane hand. He needs blues to succeed in healing up Young Jack.
And this is my resist hand.
2.
Okay.
So Young Jack heals up 2 wounds. He will then spend his last energy to do that again.
Mama Gimble's going to take a reaction step to that. And she's moving towards Young Jack.
So this is Eric's arcane hand.
Like this is Eric the Squire's resist hand.
Blue one.
Sure.
So Boulder is going to make a jog action there and then attack young Eric. So this is Boulder's melee hand.
This is Eric's melee hand.
Okay, so this is the end result. Boulder unfortunately done no damage to Eric the Squire.
So this is Boulder's attack hand.
This is Eric's attack hand. Low guards, upgraded.
Falling swing against low guard does 2 damage plus 2 because it's impact. However, low guard was upgraded to You'll Regret That and is swapping places with young Jack just over here. And like magic, they've swapped places. Okay, so Fencer is going to take a jog over to here. So the Fencer is going to take 2 step actions and get to the Moonstone, and then reduce it by 1.
Baron von Fancy Hat was revived but with no energy, so all he can do is jog. So he's going to do up to here.
So I'm going to move Silver Tongue up with a jog and then target himself with Whispered Secrets. So this is Silver Tongue's arcane hand.
This is the resist arcane hand.
Red 2.
It's okay.
So Silver Tongue is going to cast Whispered Secrets on Freya. This is Silver Tongue's arcane hand.
This is the arcane resist hand.
Red 2.
Bluff.
That was a red 2. So Freya heals 1 and gets back 2 energy. So with the follow up, I'm going to cast Whispered Secrets on Diana. Red 1.
Bluff.
It's not a bluff.
So Diana is just going to reaction step away.
So Silver Tongue is just going to
Silver Tongue is just
step action there.
Cool. So Gwendolyn's going to reaction step to that and go step back over here. Okay, so Bristlenose is going to take a jog action to here, and that's it, 'cause he's got no energy left.
So Freya will take a reactionary step to that.
Okay, so end of the round, we have 3 gnomes here. Quarrel, which is, sorry, this one here. We have Mama Gimbal, which is this one here. And we have young Jack just here. We have Eric the Squire next to Bristlenose, who's quite badly wounded at this point. We have Gwendolyn and Diana just there. We have Freya, Silver Tongue and the Fencer. And the Wasp just over here. And we have the Baron, who is, I believe, on 1 health, and Quack just there. So
we're going to use Miraculous Recovery on Baron von Fancy Hat, so he gets full energy and full health back.
Damn, +1.
First move this turn goes to Quarrel, and he is going to harvest a Moonstone. This one. And then he's going to do Brothers in Arms on young Jack, and then he's going to jog. Whee!
Baron von Fancy Hat is going to move over to here, and then he is going to shoot at Bristlenose. This is Baron von Fancy Hat's arcane hand.
and this is Bristlenose arcane defense hand.
Green 2.
Yeah, sure.
Bristlenose is dead.
So Boulder is moving up to there.
And Eric is reactionary stepping that.
And this is young Jack's melee defense hand.
Falling swing.
Low guard, which is upgraded to shield bash, and it is, how many did I
Okay, so low guard was played against Falling Swing. Upgraded, so that does 4 damage in total, but -1 because of tough skin. So 3 damage.
Eric is going to reactionary step away, just to here.
And Boulder is going to cast Stone Song on this Moonstone here. So this is Boulder's Arcane Hand.
This is the resist hand against Boulder's arcane hand.
Blue 2.
It's a bluff.
It was a bluff.
So I'm going to be activating Diana. I'll be moving or jogging her just over to here. And I'm going to use Feed on Fear.
Quack is moving an inch back using Premonition, so the attack does not reach him and it fails.
Okay, so Diana is going to use Horrifying Visions on Baron von Fancy Hat. So this is Diana's arcane hand. She ended up wounding Wasp, Silvertongue, Freya and herself to get all these extra cards.
This is Baron von Fancy Hat's resist hand.
Red 3.
Okay.
Mama Gimble is going to move 2. She's jogging to here. And then she's going to cast Healing on Baron von Fancy Hat.
Baron von Fancy Hat is going to reactionary step. 1 inch. This way.
This is Mama Gimble's Arcane Hand.
This is the resist hand for Mama Gimble.
Blue 2.
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it 2 + 1 or just 2?
2 + 1.
Eric is going to jog over to here and then use healing on himself. This is Eric's arcane hand.
And this is Eric the Squire's resist hand.
Blue 2.
Go on then.
Okay, so Eric heals up 2.
So Wasp is going to take a jog action to be base to base with that Moonstone, and he's going to attack Baron von Fancy Hat. This is the Wasp's melee hand.
This is Baron von Fancy Hat's melee hand.
High guard.
Falling Swing.
So I used High Guard and upgraded it to diving attack, which means I did 3 damage.
What have you got left to use?
I got a critical, which makes it 6. Because it's impact damage, I do +2, so that's 8. And I do another +2 due to raiding party, as it's the first melee action of Wasp. So I get -3 for Baron's defences, doing a total of 7, and he's dead.
Goodbye.
So Wasp is going to use his last 4 energy to dig the Moonstone twice. So it's down to 1.
Okay, so I'm going to use Gwendolyn, who's going to move over here, touching that Moonstone. She's then going to use Rejuvenate on Boulder. So this is Gwendolyn's hand, I'm after reds.
Okay.
This is the arcane defense hand.
Red 1.
Okay.
So it works anyway. The Silvertongue gains 2 energy, I believe, from that. Cool. And he fully heals if he's injured at all. The model restores X +1 wounds, and then move it X, so you get to move it an inch.
Yeah, I'll move him towards the
Okay.
gnomes.
Okay.
Right then. So Mama Gimble is going to reaction step to that and move to here.
Quack is moving up. He's taking a jog action.
Yeah.
Oh, he's well out, mate.
Is you can heal up, Eric. This is Quack's arcane hand.
And this is the blue field Quack resist hand. Blue
Blue 1.
Yeah, alright, mate.
So Freya is going to take a jog action to there and cast healing on Gwendolyn. This is Freya's arcane hand.
This is the resist hand against Freya's arcane hand.
Blue 2.
Bluff.
Doesn't. So I am going to use the follow-up on on Diana. Blue 1.
Bluff.
That's not a bluff. And I'll call it there.
Blue 2.
And to follow up, she's going to heal the fencer.
It's just there.
So this is Freya's arcane hand.
This is the arcane resist hand.
Blue 1.
Okay.
So Freya is going to use healing on Boulder. This is Freya's arcane hand.
This is the arcane resist hand.
Blue 1.
Bluff.
It's actually a bluff.
So the fencer will activate and spends 4 energies to dig up this Moonstone.
So Silvertongue is going to jog for 4 and then take
2 steps.
2 steps to be base to base with that Moonstone. And then he's going to harvest. So he's going to use his last 3 energy to take 3 steps over here.
Okay, so here we have the last 2 remaining troublesome little gnomes. We have Mama Gimbal at the front, and then we have Coral there. Eric the Squire just next to them. Fearsome Boulder standing there. We have just a whole menagerie of fairies. If someone can let me know what a collection of fairies is called, I'll be very, very happy. And we have Quack by his lonesome over there.
Gnomes once again take the first move of the round, and Coral's going to take a jog over here and then reload his shotgun and shoot at Silvertongue.
Although it's a crossbow, I'll let you off.
So this is Coral's arcane hand.
And this is Silvertongue's defense hand.
Green 1.
Okay.
So that is
2 damage.
2 damage.
So Silvertongue is pushed back an inch from that shot.
Quack is going to make a jog action. Up to here. And use revival elixir. This is Quack's arcane hand.
This is the resist arcane hand.
Blue 2.
Okay.
Baron Fancy Hat has been revived in base contact with Quack.
So I'm going to move Boulder to here and attack Mama Gimbal. This is Boulder's attack cards.
This is Mama Gimbal's defense melee hand. Rolling swing.
Rising attack.
Okay, let's see what this does. Okay, so Boulder played Rising Attack against Falling Swing. As you see, Rising Attack does 1 damage. He gets +2 because it's impact, and a further +2 because it's his first melee attack of the game from Raiding Party. Mama Gimbal won't do any damage, she's too far away. It suffers -1 because she has a friendly gnome nearby.
Mama Gimbal is going to take a reaction step to that and move back to here.
So Boulder's going to attack Coral. So this is Boulder's attack hand.
And this is Coral's defense melee hand thing.
Go.
Frost.
Rolling swing.
So, Crushing Embrace was played against Falling Swing, so it does 2 damage, +2 because it's impact, so it becomes 4. Falling Swing
Does +1 because it's slicing damage.
okay, so you do 1 damage to Boulder, but he negates that because he's got tough skin. Okay, so Diana is going to activate. She's going to flutter over here. And she's going to use Feed on Fear on Mama Gimbal. Diana has literally injured every fairy to gain this amount of cards. So see how this goes.
But I've still got some cards, so that's good news.
Yeah.
Red 3.
Fine.
Cool. So Mama Gimbal loses her energy.
Yep.
Diana's going to take that.
So you're going to try and take 3 cards, or you're going to damage everyone again?
Okay, so this is Diana's arcane hand. She's using horrifying visions to hit Baron von Fancy Hat. Damage a lot of fairies again to get quite a few cards, but 2 less than last time. I wasn't greedy.
This is Baron's resist hand.
Red 3.
Bluff.
So Baron von Fancy Hat takes 4 damage.
Yeah, he's dead anyway.
Cool. So now I'm going to target Quack. Red 2.
Okay.
That's 3 damage to him. Diana will cast Horrifying Visions on Mama Gimbal.
How many is she going to damage this time?
Enough. So this is Diana's hand. Again, she's wounded a lot of fairies to get this hand.
This is Mama Gimbal's incredibly effective resist hand.
Red 3.
Sure.
So 4 damage to Mama Gimbal.
She's dead.
Cool. Brilliant. Killed 2 old folks today.
It's not very nice.
She drops a Moonstone as well, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. So this Moonstone is going to be dropped in this little puddle over here. Eric the Squire's going to eventually move to here, but in the meantime, Diana is going to come to here with a reactionary step.
So Eric has jogged up to here. We can now take 2 reactionary steps to get over 2 steps to get in base contact here. He's going to harvest the Moonstone for his last energy.
So I'm going to jog Freya up to this Moonstone and use 2 actions to harvest it down to 1.
Going to activate Gwendolyn. She's going to take a jog action to here. She is going to spend 2 of her energy to harvest a Moonstone, and with 1. Right, so the final wrap up, we have the Fencer over there, and we have the Wasp, Freya, next to Gwendolyn. Here we have Boulder, who's next to Quarrel, Diana, Eric the Squire, Quack, and Silver Tongue. So there we go, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.
So
Yeah, we
so
won!
the game is over, and yeah, the fairies and the big guys were triumphant this time.
This time,
This
yeah.
time. There's clearly going to be a rematch at some point.
Clearly, yeah, we found it a really interesting game. Took a little bit longer with the extra models. It was really worth it. It was really exciting. Hope it comes across as tense.
There
as it
definitely
was.
were tense moments.
Yeah,
there were
really
some crazy
intense.
moves going on.
Yeah, the fact we had so many fairies clustered together near Diana just like meant the arcane hands were just absolutely ridiculous, and young Jack with the brothers in arms thing in the melee
Yeah,
hand
that
is,
melee was really good. It was a shame. I was hoping that Bristlenose was going to have his turn, so he wouldn't have any energy to step away, and then I could have done a bit more fairy damage as well. But unfortunately, he was a bit sneaky.
yeah, I was a little bit sneaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, the card up my sleeve. The upgrade cards are really interesting. I think.
We used 3 of them, didn't we? Boulder sadly didn't get to use his wheelbarrow because he didn't actually manage to get any moonstones in time. That's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you know, we still won, so
Yeah, there is that.
yeah. But yeah, it was a really interesting game. The Baron, the amount of times he come back and had to just put him away again because he's just quite a threat to fairies with a high
Yeah,
melee and
that
damage
upgrade
output.
card was really good. That was
Yeah.
definitely worth having that one.
Yeah, it was interesting because I thought it would be a little bit overpowered, but considering it takes 3 energy to bring something back, it kind of meant he was constantly having to either heal or just bring in like the Baron back. so we just kept having to keep killing him, so he'd waste that free energy doing that rather than healing another one. Really good.
Tactics. I mean, looking at it, there's probably a few things that could have been done differently, but I think I was happy with the way it panned out. It was very evenly matched, and we didn't really know who was going to win it until towards the end of the game. So yeah, definitely a fun one. I'm looking forward to playing again.
Yeah, and just want to say a big thank you to Brother Daniel himself. He supplied us with the Gwendolyn model. Super appreciate it. We thought we'd honour him today by and a big fairy list, including the 2 healers, which is really nice. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Daniel.
Thank you. Alright guys, thank you for staying tuned. It was a bit of a long one, but enjoy yourselves.
See you next time.